Good morning, good morning, good morning, you lovely lot. Scragbag Pip is about to go for a run. The clocks went back, so it says 10 o'clock, but it's actually 11 o'clock in reality. But it meant we had a nice lay, and we had a really rough night's sleep, and I don't know why. Neither Lee nor myself were really that tired, I think was the problem. But yeah, this morning just means we did lay in to what would have been 11. Well, actually, it's a lie. I was awake an hour ago. Anyway, yes, when I get back, that is my job for the day. I've recovered from my run. I did just over 3 miles. I did 0.1 less than 5k. If I'd just done another 0.1 of running, I would have done 5k. So yeah, just over 3 miles. I have relaxed. I've had a cup of tea. I've cooled off. There is no point me changing out of this stuff because I'm going to go in a mucky loft. So I'm going to go and put the overalls on. I have grabbed Brendan to help me. He's not very happy about it, bless him. But it needs doing. So we're going to go up and make a start on boarding the loft. I have no idea how it's going to go. I'm really not a DIY person, but I can give it a go. One for you.
Cool.
One for me. They might be a bit big. They're extra large. I think these are spider-proof.
Could be.
Spider-proof. No spider's going to get to me. These might be spider-proof.
Get an old rusted posh watch.
There we go. Going in.
Doing the hazmat boogaloo.
The hazmat boogaloo.
Now we can finally go to the shops.
Yeah. Ready for shopping. Oh, I'm going in. Oh, it's very dark in there. Brendan's gone to get me a torch. I'm just going to end up blocking this thing up, aren't I, if I try and hoover up all this poo. Okay, maybe just have to not worry about the poo and just have to board over it. Now, I'm not sure I've got the energy to try and cut chunks out of each of the boards and push them up into those rafter bits. So there will obviously be a gap, which kind of defeats the object of what I want to achieve, doesn't it? But maybe I can fill those gaps with something else later.
Foam.
On foam or something, yes.
Solution foam with barbed wire.
Yes. Oh my goodness, how am I going to get in there?
Push it up as far as you can.
I don't know what that is. It's a bit of a curtain pole. Don't fall off the beams, Pip, or you'll be through the roof. Okay.
I've got a screw here. Do you need to do the pilot hole?
Yeah, that's what I need.
That's
the
a
drill.
screwdriver. You said screwdriver.
Sorry.
This is a drill.
Drill. my big fat bum is blocking where the light is.
That it is. A feces.
Oh, that helps.
Screw.
Screw, please. Thank you. Hey, the first screw is in.
It's a tiny house. You can't get in that way.
I'm sorry your parents can't afford a mansion.
It's not even a mansion, this tiny council house, isn't it?
It is a teeny tiny house. It is teeny tiny.
Or was it a council house, or was it built alongside council houses?
It's a housing association house, which means we own a percentage of it.
Means they could forget about us.
We own a percentage, they own a percentage, but we pay for everything. Right, could you chuck this out the hatch, please? Oh my god, why am I doing this?
Even further.
That needs to go out the hatch. That came with the house, I don't need it. And this came with the house, coving. Bits of broken coving, that can go.
Yeah, I got poo-poo on
This
it.
mask, I know I should be wearing it,
I'm just going to put that there.
but I'm struggling to wear it. How am I going to get that board in? That board's going to be too small to fit in that gap, isn't it?
Well, that's what the foam is for.
This is not going to plan, people.
You didn't measure.
No, they come as a standard loft board size. Go in the rope. There we go. There's this gap here now that a board won't fit in, but we do have this insulation stuff which I could probably cut with a Stanley knife and wedge in these gaps, because there's all of this around. Right, we'll just work on it a bit. Can you see all the poo and rat poison, and it's just disgusting up here. And I know I should be wearing this mask, but I can't breathe while I'm doing it. It's not happening. Right, this bit of old door needs to go.
I got that. My hands are pretty dry.
Yes, can you just remove these first, please?
Kind of, one of the really long gloves.
Yeah, well, you can do it after I've removed these two pieces, because I can be putting board in.
Cardboard.
That is a door, you see.
The inside is cardboard.
Yeah,
No, not metaphorical cardboard, actual cardboard.
yeah.
Brother.
There's another bit of door.
Hello. Hello. Can you take my door? I don't support the door.
Right, we've got another bit of door to go as well.
And the ladder has another rung for another stupid door. We just can't leave.
Right, now I've got a sharp knife. I'm going to wedge some of this stuff along this edge here. I'm going to cut some to fit from my stack while Brendan gets some gloves, and then...
Oh, I can't now.
Oh, okay, because I need you to unpack another load of boards, another 3...
Can't go down yet.
Okay. I'm telling you now, this is like the dirtiest, dustiest, most uncomfortable game of Twister I've ever played in my life. We have decided to use some of this insulation board to wedge under there for the bits that the boards aren't going to reach without me cutting the boards. I may have to cut some boards, to be fair. I'm having a tea break. I need a tea break. This is harder than I was anticipating, but it needs doing. And I'm finding places in my house I have never laid down and relaxed in before. I mean, this is a totally new hangout zone for me. Not one I think I'll use very often, to be fair. Brendan's going to get me an edible snack, because most snacks should be edible, but an edible snack that I don't have to actually touch the bit I'm going to eat, because obviously my hands are pretty toxic right now. So he's getting something in a wrapper for me. Right, I have a spare bit of wood. Right. Oh, why is my arse so big?
You've already cut the suit near your bum.
Have I split my suit?
Yeah, a little bit.
I thought I caught it on something.
It's caught on beams on your right.
Can I just say, never, ever in my life have I got into positions that I've got into in this loft. Never, ever again will I get into these positions. Limbo in the most unlimbo-y way. Right, that can go over here.
How wide are those beams? Oh, they are. You're going to have to cut the next lot of boards.
Right, that can just sit on there for now.
The next lot of loft boards that go over this section, you're going to have to cut.
I am going to have to cut them, yes.
I'll get a tape measure just because I want this to actually be done in a competent fashion.
Oh, why'd you have to be so perfect?
Well,
you might want a straight line for me as well.
We also can't, you know, just jimmy it so keep it out the length.
No, we do need to have it the right length. Well, that's no help because I've got to strap it to that board. I might have to cut a notch out then because it's got to be screwed onto those boards. No, 94.5 centimetres.
That's in inches.
94.5 centimetres. Let me just check up here's the same. 95.5. Of course it wouldn't fit.
In fairness, it's
Is it up?
that's how straight.
Is that 94.5?
It's
Still 95.5. Okay, well.
Squat.
Right, okay. This is going to contravene 1,000,001 health and safety rules.
You know, if you turn around, there's this nice big board up here that I could slice it on. And
yes,
you won't
please.
have to die.
Could you do that? Because
Ow!
I'm sure this isn't the safest way to be doing it.
I mean, you're not wearing a respirator, so.
Oh no, my throat's already burning and my chest's already hurting. I've probably breathed in plague.
Obviously, doesn't hurt to bring in a second plague.
Well, I was survived COVID, so don't cut through that cake.
You haven't survived COVID, you've avoided COVID.
Yeah, probably the word I should have used is I have avoided COVID so far. What are you doing?
The thing, the little thing that it helps you go in a straight line.
Oh. I can't flatten it out too much because I'm trying to keep it up against its notch thing. You can cut out more than we need. Don't make it too tight.
Okay, so that's the actual, and that's how much we can actually.
Okay.
Can you raise it over? I can't actually. Oh, there's the actual, and then there's where we can cut.
Okay.
And then, can I have the tape measure to just do an inch?
Comes out an inch, does it?
Yeah, it's about an inch by 2 inches.
Okay.
I did measuring.
Well done.
It's more guesstimation measuring, but you know. Perfect.
Excellent. I'm not sure how we're going to cut that bit though. We'll have to do it at funny angles.
Cut.
Yeah.
Cut.
Yeah.
Cut. Break.
Right, go on then. That's your job. It's raining. There'll be a rainbow somewhere. I just have to read you this, okay, from my work experience when I was, I don't know how old I was, in secondary school. Okay, I was at day nursery. Philippa is an absolute natural nursery nurse. She showed initiative and understanding in the care of children. She was willing to carry out any task asked of her and to do it well. The children loved her. And it says here, Philippa was a very valuable member of staff during her time with me. She is a born nursery nurse and I would highly recommend her for the NNEB training, which is what I went on to do and became a childcare worker. I just think that's really interesting. I'm a friendly girl and got on well with the staff. I didn't really need any criticism, but she's sure I would have taken it with a good attitude and reacted to it positively. I was a well-mannered and lovely girl. I'm quite quiet, but confident in the work situation. That's really lovely to read. Bearing in mind I've gone on to, you know, look after children. And then I have to show you this as well. when I was 3. I drew that. It looks a bit like, I don't know, some sort of... It reminds me, this reminds me of the end of Planet of the Apes. With like, is it the Statue of Liberty in the... what do you call it? That's what that reminds me of. This interesting picture. Very, very strange. And I have to show you this awesome birthday card that my aunt and uncle sent me from Canada for my 5th birthday, which I found. It's a zoo card. And look, lots of different animals. Look, I could make all sorts of interesting animals. Isn't that cool? I bet I loved that when I got it. I love it now. Yeah. And there was a card from my old next door neighbour, really lovely old lady who used to live next door to us. And she said, "Dear Philippa, this funny bear," there he is bringing my thank you for the lovely pot of flowers you gave me last Wednesday. It was so kind of you to think of me. Sending you my love. God bless, Gladys Fletcher Randall. She was a lovely old lady who used to live next door to us. I liked her a lot. Right. I'm going to pack all that away. Well, that's how much I've done. We've just had a, I don't know, 45-minute break. And we're coming in for round 2. I need to move some of this stuff over there. That is the next thing to do. Right. So I've put an extra layer of insulation down with this insulation stuff. And then I need to just screw these down now. Bath heaven. This is what I need to get rid of all the grime and all the itchy stuff and all the dust and the cobwebs and all the other horrible horribleness. Roasty dinner. Nice. Thank you, my darling, for making roasty dinner. Everything aches. I think I'm going to have to take an ibuprofen or something. I think a 3-mile run followed by the weirdest gymnastics in the loft you ever did see has probably exhausted every joint that I have. My back feels fine, but oh my goodness, my arms and my legs ache. We managed to do all of one side pretty much up to the loft hatch, and then all across the top bit here where we hear the rats. We found the source of the funky smell. It was a dead rat. It had probably, well, I've been smelling that smell for, I think, since about Thursday or Wednesday time. It was still pretty intact, but it was dead. So we disposed of that, and instantly the smell up there improved. So that's good. I just thought it was really bad wee smell up there, but it wasn't. I mean, it did stink of wee up there as well. Yeah, we have got rid of 2 huge, great big recycling wheelie bins full of rubbish, and 1 black wheelie bin full of rubbish, of old boxes and bits that we'd stored up there just in case we needed them, in case we were going to sell something on, that kind of stuff. The recycling does not go until next week because our recycling is done fortnightly. So that's going to be hanging around for 2 weeks. But thankfully, anything that we get this week through recycling, you can put in recycling bags and put at the side of the bins, and they will take that separately. So that's good news, although I don't think we have any recycling bags. I know there is one in the garden, which I've already started to fill, so we'll just have to put the stuff in there. Dead rat. Yes, got rid of dead rat. Boarded lots. We're not going to do anything now till Wednesday, because I'm working all day tomorrow because it's half term. And I'm working all day Tuesday. And then Brendan and I will go up again on Wednesday. Kenzie's got a couple of friends over. So they're going to have a gaming day, and we are going to go back up in the loft on my day off, excuse me, and do a load more work up there. But it's already made a huge improvement, hasn't it, dear?
Yes.
It has made a huge improvement. I'll be glad when it's done. But now I need to get into that bit over there, which is also the other bit where we hear them coming up into the loft. So hopefully with the dead rat that we found in the garden and the dead rat that we found in the loft, hopefully that's a few of them gone now. We've not heard them for a couple of days. But like I said, having that loft hatch open does deter them, because it definitely feels up there more like part of the house as opposed to just a storage space that's, you know, not used by humans very much. And obviously with it being boarded out, there's going to be less chance of them getting up through gaps, because we are trying to seal up as many of the gaps as possible. It's not been completely boarded, as you saw, as I would have liked it to be, because that would have meant cutting huge bits out, and that would have taken me forever. But using the foam stuff has sealed up a lot of the other gaps, so I'm hoping it will still make a big difference. Well, I'm sure it will make a big difference. It's certainly going to make a big difference to us walking around up there and storing things. That's going to be a lot easier, because we're not going to be precariously balanced on things all the time. And it does mean as well that all the storage can go in the eaves as opposed to in the middle bits where it has been in the past. And if I can move as much stuff over as possible, then it would be nice to maybe use that space immediately above us, board it out a bit more, and I don't know, use it for something a bit more, I don't know, a bit more daily, you know, rather than, I don't know, it depends. Depends how well I can board it out up there and cut the back bit off. But we'll see. That's another project. Let's just get it boarded for now. Anyway, I'm kind of thinking aloud now. Oh, and the job was not finished until we found the previous owner's
adult material.
Adult material. Yes. He didn't have a big stash, did he? He just had, was it a printed piece of paper?
No, I think it was original source material that had aged a bit.
Oh, was it original? It wasn't a magazine. It was
a couple of pages from a magazine, not like
a special poster version or something. Was it that?
Well, it just looked like a page,
like
you would have a stapled magazine.
Okay. I freaked Lee out because I said, "Oh, you know, I found this thing. It was in one of your boxes," and he's like, "Was it?" I'm like, "Of course, it wasn't in one of your boxes." But yeah, I had to pass it via Brendan. I said to Brendan, "You're 18. I'm just going to pass this to you to put in the bin, please." And he just went, "Oh." But yeah, it was yeah. We decided that was probably the end of the job for the day. Usually I say the job's not finished until you're bleeding. That's usually my thing for DIY. But clearly, when you're boarding out lofts, it's a job's not finished until you find the previous owner's porn stash. Right, on that note, I'm going to leave you all, and I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching.